I'm FearlessDarkElf. Today I'd like to talk about one of the comments I had on my To Moon and Back video. What they said was, this was the worst orbit insertion I've ever seen. Now, some would probably consider that a rude comment, and I would agree, but I'm going to take it as positive criticism because I actually agree with him. It was not one of my best ones, and the reason is, if you haven't been able to tell yet, I get a little nervous while I'm playing my game and trying to comment at the same time for the videos. However, I would like to say that not just with something like Orbiter, but with any other kind of game, there were people that say this kind of thing a lot, and not just the people on YouTube, but they've even said to their friends, that's the worst, whatever it may be, I've ever seen. And a lot of people are so used to playing a game so much, they forget what it's like when they first began. And it wasn't necessarily easy that first couple of times you made the attempt at it until you started getting used to it. And people need to remember that it's not always easy for those who are just starting off. It's easy now that you got used to it, but you got to remember what it was like for you when you first started. What I would do in their place is explain what they could do to make it a little better instead of just saying, this is the worst whatever it is I've ever seen. You know, tell them what they can do to improve it. And I know one thing I would be able to do to improve it, but the problem with that is then you're not going to have any commentary at that moment, and that's an 8-minute flight up into space. So two things could happen. Either I could just edit out the takeoff and go into orbit and continue, which I didn't want to do. Is my first video for something like that, and I wanted to do an entire playthrough instead of just skipping parts of it, because I know it would take a very long, boring thing, and I'm not always very good at it because I'm still new to Orbiter. There's a lot of things I'm not used to yet, and there's different MFDs I haven't even tried yet that even come with the game, not just add-ons. But that aside, it doesn't matter the game. Everybody is going to not do so good the first couple of times, unless they have beginner's luck. So hopefully you'll keep that in mind the next time you want to tell someone that was the worst I've ever seen. Instead of just telling them that's the worst I've ever seen, give them some tips about what they can do to improve. In fact, some people kind of take, that's the worst I've ever seen really hard, and it may make them not want to do it again. So try not to say, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Tell them, I think you can do better than that. So I know this video was actually kind of short, but I just wanted to put that out there. And speaking of positive criticism, your input is important to me. Let me know on this video or any other video what I can do to improve myself or what I was doing. It would be very appreciated. You can also contact me on Twitter and on Facebook. The links are in the description below. And that being said, this is FearlessDarkElf signing out, and thank you for watching my video.